Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song "The Ides of March" by Myles Kennedy. For once, this song does not come as a request. Instead, I picked this song, for a few reasons. One, for many years now. I mean, what are we thinking, like 15 years? Geez, I'm old. Anyway, for 15 years, I've been a fan of Alter Bridge, of which Myles Kennedy is a singer, and I've followed his career ever since. I mean, I love what he's done with, of course, Alter Bridge. I love what he's done with Slash. I went back and listened to what he did with the Mayfield 4. I loved his solo album a few years ago. It was very sort of like, not country. Country's not the word I'm looking for, but sort of folksy. The album was a personal exploration of like his father's death when he was younger, and how his father's religion prevented him from seeking. His religious beliefs prevented him from seeking medical help from an easily curable disease, and he ended up dying. So, super personal album, great musicianship. I loved it. So, looking forward to this one. You know, I remember him saying that it was going to be a little bit more on the rock side. It's going to be a little bit more rock heavy, which I'm totally down with. So, anyway, I mean, usually when an Alter Bridge or Myles Kennedy song comes out, I listen to it right away. But as it turns out, like I was sitting down to record today, and I was like, man, I actually haven't listened to the song yet, and it's been out for a while now. So I might as well do it. Let's do it. This is, again, The Ides of March by Myles Kennedy. Very excited. I did listen to the other one he released. I think it was called In Stride. That one was really good. I liked it a lot. So if that's any indication, I have a good feeling that this one, I'm going to like it just as much, maybe if not more. Let's give it a shot. I'm watching the official music video, by the way. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm looking at it right now. Starting out with some vinyl, okay. Ooh, get that scratchy sound, I love it.
Some say you never know, it's easy come, it's easy go. Some say they knew it from the start. Some say the end is nigh, that no one will get out alive. Some say it's written in the stars, beware the Ides of March. Just beyond the blue horizon, we see the clouds begin to form. Don't be afraid, we must keep fighting and cling to courage in the storm. And if you listen very closely, and don't throw caution to the wind. Take it easy, take it slowly. You'll save yourself before the end. So much is changing who we streets of fire, you hear the screaming for what some think is left to lose. Life is precious, it's worth keeping. Too many's there may come too soon.
I love that. I loved that. That was fantastic. That did not feel like nearly 8 minutes long. I feel like a big part of that was that he did give you a lot of different transitions. He gave you a lot of different like movements throughout the song that kept it kind of fresh and interesting throughout. Man, that was so good. I loved that. If you're going to make a solo album, versus what you normally just make with your band, you don't want to just make the same thing that you already make with your other bands. So I think that was kind of something I was afraid of when he said that he was going to make a solo album that was definitely going to be more like rock heavy. I was afraid, like, is it just going to be like another Alter Bridge album? Which, don't get me wrong, I love Alter Bridge, but if you're going to do, again, like, if you're going to do a solo album, that's the time to, like, play around and experiment and really see, like, do what you want to do as an artist, and I feel like he really did that here. Because man, this was not what I was expecting at all. I loved it. It was very different than what I was expecting. So I'm excited to talk about it. Let's break it down further, like we always do. Of course, starting with the lyrics. So there's a bit of an unreviewed song bio, but let's see what they say. Ides are in the middle of the month where the moon is full. They were used by the Romans for their calendars. The Ides of March is the 74th day of the Roman calendar, which is the 15th of March. Yeah, doesn't that come? Don't they say that in? I think it's the play Julius Caesar, right? Where he, I don't remember who it is who tells it to him, but they're like, beware the Ides of March, and I think Caesar's like, yeah, whatever, and that's when he ends up like getting stabbed to death. I think that's how it goes. It's been a long time since I've read it, so I don't remember all the details, but I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me. The Ides of March was a religious day as well as a deadline for Romans to pay their debts. On the Ides of March, aside from the monthly sacrifice, Romans would also celebrate it with the feast of Anna Perenna. Later on, the Ides began a holy week where Romans would celebrate the Sibyl, and Attis. This is the time period between Cana Etrat and the reed enters when Attis was born and was found by Sibyl and Arbor Intrat. Man, the tree enters where Attis was found dead beneath the pine tree. The Ides of March also marks the date when Caesar was assassinated. Okay, I got that part right. Who was stabbed to death during a meeting of the Senate. The assassination was led by Brutus and Cassius. Yeah, and someone literally tells him, beware the Ides of March. Maybe it was an oracle or someone who told him, I forget. Anyway, someday you never know. It's easy come, it's easy go. Some say they knew it from the start. Some say the end is nigh, that no one will get out alive. Some say it's written in the stars, beware the Ides of March. So, again, taking it straight from the play, right? Beware the Ides of March. Well, just beyond the blue horizon, we see the clouds begin to form. Don't be afraid, we must keep fighting and cling to courage in the storm. And if you listen very closely and don't throw caution to the wind, take it easy, take it slow, you'll save yourself before the end. So I wonder if he's sort of using like the story of Julius Caesar. Maybe he has like a metaphor here for something. I'm not too sure what the metaphor is, but essentially saying like, again, like in the story where he like scoffs at the idea that he should be careful on the Ides of March. What he's saying here is if you listen closely and you don't throw caution to the wind, you might just make it out. So maybe don't be too proud. Don't let hubris be your downfall. That kind of thing. So much is changing who we are, what we are. There's no point in waiting. Beware the Ides of March. And I like how this was released on March 16th, literally like around the Ides of March. In streets of fire, you hear the screaming for what some think is left to lose. Life is precious, it's worth keeping. Too many's end may come too soon. In the streets of fire, you hear them the screaming for what some think is left to lose. Life is precious, it's worth keeping. Too many's end may come too soon. Please don't forsake me, don't break my heart, don't break my heart. All I am saying, beware the Ides of March. Like an early warning as the storm is forming, it is time. Beware the Ides of March, the Ides of March, the Ides of March. Please don't forsake me, don't break my heart, don't break my heart. All I am saying, beware the Ides of March. I really don't know what the song could be about. I feel like that's That's the way he also writes a lot of his alter bridge songs. It's like, yeah, some of them have meaning, don't get me wrong. Like Blackbird is one that has amazing, was written beautifully and has definitely some deeper meaning. But I feel like there are a lot of his songs that are just kind of like, they're just rock songs, and they're just written to be rock songs. They're not really written with any sort of message or intent in mind, at least as far as I know. I'm wondering if this is one of those, or if there's just some sort of other message going on here. It feels deep. It feels like there should be something, like some sort of message here or something going on, but I'm not too sure. But I believe there is a way. I still believe it's not too late. Don't let this fall apart. Don't let it fall apart. Break the divide. Just step away. Cool heads prevail in times of change. Remember who we are. Remember what we are. Remember what we're meant to be. Some say you never know. It's easy come, it's easy go. Some say they knew it from the start. Beware the Ides of March. Yeah, man, I really don't know. I mean, considering he wrote this probably in the last year or so, I'm just guessing, maybe in quarantine. Maybe it was about like the quarantine. Maybe, we were warned ahead of time, like, hey, this thing is coming. You should probably try to get ready for it. And of course, we didn't. So I'm laughing about it, but it's terrible. And I think it was around this time, maybe about a week ago, March of last year, where here in the U.S. we definitely went into lockdown and stuff like that began to really unfold and start to happen. So maybe it's a song about the pandemic. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I think a lot of these lines, a lot of these lyrics could lend itself to that interpretation. But it could also just be one of those songs that you can take what you want out of it, you can sort of just believe what you want. To me, it does seem kind of open-ended in a lot of ways. So, lyrically, I did think it was very interesting, very well written here. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up for sure. As far as the instrumentation goes, man, I loved it. The guitar work throughout was fantastic. That first guitar solo, like that just bluesiness to it, it was super epic. I actually really liked the first guitar solo more than the second one. I think the second one was fine. To me, it was more of just kind of like, I'm throwing this in here. It's kind of just another guitar solo. But that first guitar solo, man, just really, really, it hit me. It was so good. But the guitar throughout, like, you saw with that sort of creepy, he's like whisper singing, and you have like, your just guitar picking there at the beginning. And then when it jumped into like the verse, it really surprised me, like the vibe he went with. It sort of reminded me of like a darker 311. I don't know if you guys ever listened to 311, but like I was like, am I listening to like some 311 right now? That's really what I got, because I was expecting it to just like rock out the way he sort of built it up, only to kind of chill it out there. I thought was really neat. So the guitar work throughout was fantastic. Really took me by surprise in a lot of places. The drumming was excellent. Bass hurt a little bit. It was fine. But again, to me, the guitar here was the star of the show. That first guitar solo was absolutely sick. Really captured that bluesy guitar feeling. It really reminded me of a song like Hotel California or something like that. Not saying it's on the same level as Hotel California, of course. It's a great song, don't get me wrong, but just the vibe it gave me was similar to that. So I loved it a lot. Then Myles sounds good as always. I think he really sang well throughout. He you get a few different things from him. You get that whisper singing there at the beginning. You get what you had in the verse. You kind of hear him really hit some higher notes, some longer sustained notes throughout the song. So I think his singing performance, his vocal performance here was great. And dude's in his his 50s. And he's still singing like this. Dude's awesome. So. Man, just kudos to him. He did a great job here. He killed it. So 2 thumbs up instrumentally and vocally. I'm not sure how much he did instrumentally. I wonder if he was responsible for that first guitar solo. At least I definitely felt like a Myles Kennedy guitar solo, if I may. Of course, obviously he did the vocals. I'm not sure if he also did the writing. I'm not sure. It's a solo album, but obviously I don't think he played the drums or anything else like that. So I'm interested to see sort of what he had his hands on throughout the song. But regardless, kudos to him, man. This was a great song instrumentally and vocally. And then as far as replay value goes, look, this one is on the playlist, straight on the playlist. I honestly cannot wait to listen to this one again. Again, it did not feel like 8 minutes long. He really gave you a lot of different transitions, a lot of different movements throughout the song. Didn't let you sit on one thing too long and get bored. So, that was really cool. Again, that first guitar solo alone is probably going to be enough to keep me coming back to this song. Not to mention the vocal performance, not to mention just the weird and cool different guitar styles he gave you here. So, really a rock masterpiece, if I may. I'm calling it right now, rock masterpiece. So high replay value for sure going on the playlist. 2 thumbs up. So overall, a fantastic song. Thank you, me, for the request. As always, if you would like to make a request, leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to get to it. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, of course, go support the artist. Go listen to their music wherever you can. And one place you can find this song and plenty more Myles Kennedy, Alter Bridge, maybe not plenty more, but a little bit more, is going to be in my Spotify playlist. It's in the description below. It has every single song I've heard so far on my channel, as long as it's on Spotify. If you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.